I enrolled my homeschool children in Synthesis, which is the program that came out of the experimental school that Elon Musk founded at SpaceX. If you're new here, my name is Akiba. I am a certified teacher turned homeschool mom. And on this channel, we talk about all things education. In this video, I'm going to talk about the good, the bad, and the downright ugly of the Synthesis school. And let me just read to you what the co-founder of Synthesis had to say about what Synthesis is. An education worthy of SpaceX. In 2010, Elon Musk asked me to start an experimental school with him at SpaceX. Just an aside, if you did Teach for America like I did, just to let you know, this guy did Teach for America as well. Did 2 years of Teach for America, and then he was teaching at the school that Elon Musk sent his children to, the really prestigious private school over there in California. So he had like a couple years of teaching experience. In 2010, Elon Musk asked me to start an experimental school with him at SpaceX. The goal was to develop students who are enthralled by complexity and solving for the unknown. Synthesis offers the most innovative learning experiences from that school. We don't know a lot about what happened at that school because it was super secret, because you are not allowed to just randomly start a school on the campus of a business. So he was doing it illegally. They were trying to keep it under wraps. Also, people had to sign non-disclosure agreements and stuff. So we don't know. Was that school successful? Was it a failure? We don't know. But what we do know is that Synthesis is apparently, and I quote, the most innovative learning experiences from that school. Synthesis Tutor does what school was supposed to: show your kids that they can learn anything and that every boring topic is fascinating when taught well. Until recently, Synthesis was only available to a handful of SpaceX families. Ooh, today our community is worldwide and growing quickly. Excited for you to be a part of it. Wow, it's available to all of us now, and I was really impressed by what I saw on the advertisements for Astra, the SpaceX school. So I thought, wow, this may be pretty cool.
How does that sound?
Yeah, this is actually really fun.
You have a very strong sense of order, I see. Ah, yes. That pink hue is quite lovely. I think pink is my favorite color.
It should be everyone's favorite color. Let's do some yellow.
Did I say pink is my favorite color? Meant to say yellow. Let me ask you, do you know much about fractions?
I don't know.
That's great. I look forward to you showing me all that you know. We will zip through things when you clearly have a strong understanding. And sometimes we may go over things you already know about. We should keep in mind that it is always powerful to revisit the fundamentals. That is time well spent. All the masters know this. Okay, happy to help. Let's step through how to use this thing. Safely, of course. Round and let me know when you've had enough.
20 times 1 equals 20. I know that.
I'm feeling good about it too.
Okay, let's talk about the good. It's engaging. I actually thought my kids would be bored with the AI tutor, but it was actually pretty good. I also thought they wouldn't like the dry, weird jokes that it was saying, but the kids thought it was totally hilarious. So it's fun for them, and they thought it was really funny. They loved that the tutor learned their name or nickname and was talking with them. So I thought it would be cheesy. The kids really, really liked it. Also, the cost is not bad in terms of an academic program. It ranges from $30 to $55 per month, depending on how many kids you have, if you're on a monthly or annual plan. I also really appreciated that the tutor was so positive. So there was none of like, you got the answer wrong. You know, when we're sitting with our kids, sometimes we can get frustrated with them. Teachers sometimes too, it's like, oh no, you got the answer wrong, bad. But this wasn't like that. The tutor was really positive, and I really, really, really appreciated that. That's the good. The bad. I should have put this one first. There's no assessment. Generally, when we start out, we want to assess kids to see what they know, what they don't know, so that we don't teach them things that they already know, because that's a good way to get a child to be bored. So there's no assessment. And on top of that, there's no way to skip ahead.
But I don't like with the fractions. I already knew fractions, and it said like, do you already know fractions? And I put, yes, I do. And then it just jumped me into the lesson as if I didn't know it. So there's no way I could like skip it or say, let's see what you know, and then we'll like see what you know, and then we'll put you on some level.
What would you prefer, this or Prodigy or Adventure Academy?
Adventure Academy.
They do ask, how much do you know about fractions? A little, a lot, I'm a master, I have no idea what that is. But then after they ask that question, you don't get a different level depending on what the answer to your question is. So my daughter already knew how to do addition, and here she is going through the that's 1 dot. That's 2. That is really, really bad. Kids hate that. Parents hate that. That is something that they need to fix right away. And then the worst of the bad is that it's academically meh. It feels like they should have consulted experts who are experts in the field of math and teaching. And I'm not just getting on them. I say this about many curriculums that I end up not liking. Why didn't you get an expert to do the curriculum? Because then there are really important concepts that you're teaching wrong in learning the way they teach some of the concepts. And this is tricky because some of the concepts are taught okay, and some of them you're just like, I don't want to go deep into the specific standards, but imagine there's a teacher giving a lesson and you're a parent in the classroom and you're like, all right, cool, that's the lesson. Now, imagine instead of a parent being in that classroom, there's the academic coach, there's some mathematicians, there's some expert teachers, and they're looking and they're like, why would you teach that in that way? Like, that's one way to teach it. In some cases, it's you didn't teach the foundational before you jumped into this part. In other cases, it's just, okay. You taught it. You could have taught it better. It says that Synthesis offers the most innovative learning experiences from Elon Musk's school. So that was the most innovative you can get. What they need to do is they need to talk to people who are already expert mathematician and math teachers. So that's the bad. One of their selling points, and one of the things that I would see on social media where I saw ads for this, were these games. And they looked like they were really cool games where kids were like diving deep and doing all this deep thinking. And then I see the games and I realize these aren't that innovative. There are programs that have been doing things like this for years. The only thing different is that you made it like space themed. I saw an article, and be careful when you're reading articles because a lot of these articles are not even written by people in education. They overstate how innovative the program is. One of them says Synthesis has games where the kids aren't told what to do. They just are like dropped into the game and they have to figure it out. Hello, have you not heard of ST Math? Developed by brilliant people. That's exactly what ST Math did, and it's been around for over 10 years. Kids are dropped into this program with a penguin named Gigi, and they learn math without being explicitly taught math, and they actually have to figure things out. Also, hello, Beast Academy is one of the top math programs, so if you want to talk about rigor and going deep, Beast Academy has so many games and puzzles. So how do you figure that what they're doing is innovative? It's not innovative, it's just space themed. Looky here, the Astra program actually uses the art of problem solving for their students in elementary and middle school, which means they use Beast Academy for elementary age kids and art of problem solving for the older kids. So, yeah. There are 2 things that I thought were just fundamentally not good. Number one, it's too addictive. I think it's very harmful for kids to only be able to learn in a video game type of environment where you're getting that quick hit of dopamine. Kids naturally love learning. We don't need to inject AI or electronics or anything like that in order for kids to be excited about learning. Kids just need to actually experience the real world more inside the classroom. It doesn't mean because they're bored with textbooks that we have to put them inside this AI world. We already know that video games are addictive. Someone who is well versed in screen addictions and in children and brain development can obviously talk more eloquently about this subject than I can. All I can say is, as a parent, I noticed that there are other gamified learning apps and programs like Night Zookeeper, Beast Academy, Prodigy, Adventure Academy that my kids love playing. They're very engaged with it. They're not addicted to it. This maybe feels like it has some Duolingo aspects or something. Children don't have the same ability to resist or recover from a screen addiction. For the first time, I felt immediately after giving my children this program that my kids were turning into iPad kids. Because if I were to tell them any of those other programs, put it away, they'll say, oh, I want to play longer. Okay, put it away. They'll go to bed, they'll read a book, they'll play, they'll, do things that kids do. When I told them, okay, put this away, they did the same thing. It wasn't like I want to play longer. It was like I didn't get 6 in a row. I got to start over so I can get 6 in a row. It was like some addiction type stuff.
What? I need to see. What? I need to see what I can do. I need to. Oh. Fake confetti. I need to see.
Hey there, friend. I was just getting out my dot blaster.
Great.
My kids love Canva. They absolutely love Canva. They get on there with their friends and they start businesses. They don't wake up first thing in the morning like, I gotta do my Canva presentation. I think that's something that we're really gonna have to keep our eyes open when we're talking about ed tech. There's a difference between engaging and addiction. And then also the AI tutor cannot give human feedback. So I think they're really onto something with this. However, they're overstating AI's ability at the moment. Let me give you an example. If we gave the child this problem times 3 and they put 5, what would you think? You would think that they're probably adding, right? So then the AI tutor says, oh, I see what you're thinking there. But what if the problem isn't that the child is adding? What if they maybe just pulled the number 5 out of the air? Because that can happen as well. Then they're not really getting feedback on what to do here, okay? That's a basic example. I mean, most of the time if a child puts 5, it's because they did add, and so the tutor is okay in that sense. However, the very first and second day my children used the program, they both had questions, and they both said, I don't understand what this wants me to do. I don't understand what this is saying. And I looked and it was like a very simple explanation that they needed to be given, or like a very simple misunderstanding that they had that I needed to correct. So I corrected that misunderstanding and then they were able to move on. And that's totally fine for a program that is supplemental that you're working with your children with. However, I put it under the ugly because they're parading this as if this is the future of education, AI learning. We don't even need teachers anymore. We don't need this. Like, all we need to do is put them on a computer with the AI guides. Not really. And so that's another thing that we have to look out for in ed tech, I think, is anyone claiming we don't need humans or people anymore to teach. That's wrong.
I couldn't really ask it a question if I didn't understand something. It would just be like, do you understand or not? And I'm saying, no, I don't. So she explained it over to me again, and I know, but...
Yeah, but she just kept saying the same explanation over again.
Yeah.
So that's it, the good, the bad, and the ugly of the program that came out of Elon Musk's super innovative school. Try it. I don't have any promo code or anything like that, but it's worth a try because they do give you a good, I think, 2 weeks on the free trial. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe.